Hi, this is the Bella Bead Shop Mala Necklace Making Kit step-by-step video. In your Bella Bead Shop kit, you'll have everything you need to make your very own mala necklace. So what you'll do first is open up your kit and we'll examine all the materials. So you'll have your S-line cord right here, which is what we'll be using to string and knot our mala necklace. You also have some embroidery thread for your tassel. You'll have one small metal tool to help us thread. You'll find one larger gemstone known as your guru bead. And then you have 108 gemstones of your choosing. Step 1. Let's design our mala necklace. This is the fun part. You're going to take your gemstones and lay them out in whatever way speaks to you. You can do this any way you want. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And I recommend that you get yourself a bead board. It'll probably be the easiest way to see your design. The bead boards are not included in your mala kits, but they're very inexpensive and you can purchase them at any local craft supply store. So let's get started. Grab your gemstones and start to sprawl them out on your bead board or a towel or whatever space you're using. And you'll just start placing the beads whichever way speaks to you. So once you're done designing, your bead board will look something like this, having all your beads laid out. And as I mentioned, there's a guru stone bead in every mala kit. And the guru stone bead has a symbolic meaning of being the teaching bead, locking in all of our intentions and teaching us how we're going to process them in our lives. And it'll always be the cornerstone of your mala necklace. So you'll place your guru bead right at the center of your design. Now it's time to start stringing the beads. So in your mala making kit, you have, I mentioned before, S-line cord. So let's go ahead and grab that cord and we're going to find the two ends of the cord. So bring them to touch. And the cord's rather long because I like to work with extra cord rather than run out of cord. So you fold your cord in half, you find the two ends, and then you give yourself a good amount of space, maybe a good 8 inches. And then we're going to tie a knot. So you'll take the cord, wrap it under, and then pull nice and tight so you have a single knot. Once we have our knot, we're going to head towards the other end of our cord, the looped end. Grab your metal tool and place the loop in between the metal tool so it becomes like this. And this is going to help you navigate through each gemstone hole as we'll be stringing all 108 beads. So the way we'll start is to the right of our guru bead. Pick up that first bead and place the metal tool inside of the bead, stringing it all the way through to the knotted end of the cord. And we'll do this for all 108 gemstones. And something I like to do is remind myself of the energetic properties or the intention that I'd like to manifest in my life as I thread all 108 gemstones on my cord. So now we have all of our gemstones threaded on our cord, and your mala should look something like this. All but your guru bead. It still hasn't been threaded. We're going to save that for last. It's time to begin knotting. So a traditional mala has a knot tied between each bead. That's 108 knots we're going to be doing. So we'll walk all the way down towards the end of our necklace where we made that original knot. And we're going to give ourselves a little space, so just start to bring the beads down a little bit just so you have enough room to begin your first knot. So push your first gemstone all the way up towards the edge of your original knot, and then we'll hold on to the gemstone, thread the thread around 2 fingers, and slide the gemstone through. And then we'll push that little knot as close as we can to the gemstone, so it becomes almost like a diamond shape. And then we'll separate the 2 ends of the thread, and we'll begin to pull, creating a nice tight knot on top of our first gemstone. And we're going to do that again and again. And there's a lot of symbolism here as we begin to knot. It's the idea of threading in or knotting in our intentions or the things that we would like to manifest in our lives through our mala. So pull it towards the head of the bead, separate the threads, and then begin to pull to the right and to the left, creating that nice tight knot. You'll take a bead, thread it down so it sits right on top of the knot, make a loop over 2 fingers and thread all the knotted beads through. And sometimes it's easier to work on your tray and start to, keeping your index finger, start to pull so that it becomes about a dime shape. Separate the 2 ends, pull them to the sides. Nice tight little knot on top of your bead. Working from left to right. Sit the new bead on top of the knot, loop it around and through. Put your index finger in the hole, pull towards the top of your bead, then separate the 2 strings, pulling to the right and left, creating that knot. And we'll continue our knots. Take your bead from one end, place it as close to the new knot you just made. Make that loop, pulling all the knotted beads through. Index finger goes through the hole, pull it nice and tight, flush up against the bead, and then pull to the right and left, creating that tight knot on top of your bead. Send the next bead over, right up against that new knot, through the hole, all the knotted beads go through. Index finger slides that bead so it's about a dime-shaped circle. Pull the right and left strings to each side. Tight knot up on top of the bead. Again, slide the bead across up on top of that new knot. Thread through all knotted beads, make it to the other side. Index finger, we pull up flush against the bead. And then we pull right and left, pulling the string further apart, knotting as close as we can to the top of our bead. So now we're going to put the very last knot in, just like you have with all the others. Circle the cord through, pull it all the way. Take that index finger, slide it on top, pull the ends, and you have your very last knot, 108 knots. Now it's time to thread the guru bead. So you'll grab your guru bead, which is, as you've noticed, slightly larger than all of your other gemstones. And we'll be threading this end with the metal wire and our original knotted end through the guru stone. So we'll take our metal tool and slide it into the hole, pull all the way through, and then we'll use that tool again. So grab the tool and release it from the looped end, and then you're going to take your other knotted end and place both ends through the metal wire. So similar to how you had it before. We'll make our way back to where we just threaded our guru bead. And we'll give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room here, and you'll thread this part through the guru bead. So now you have your guru bead threaded through both ends of your cord, and you're going to slide the guru bead flush up against the knots, the last two knots that you have created, the ends of your mala. Now it's time to tie a knot beneath our guru stone. So grab the ends of your cord, and you're going to cross one end over the other, creating a single knot. And then pull really, really tight, keeping the guru stone flush against your two knots up beneath it. And then again, we'll cross one more time, creating a double knot. Nice and tight, pull, pull, pull. So now we'll be tying the top of the tassel. Grab your embroidery piece that you cut earlier, and we'll make two knots at the very top near the guru stone. So you'll crisscross and tie one, and then again. Tie two. Then we'll come to either side, whichever side feels right for you, and you'll begin wrapping the embroidery piece around the tassel, creating the very top of the tassel. So usually we'll do this maybe 4 to 6 times, whatever you think looks best. You're welcome to do it more or less. And once you have it the way you like it, you'll stop. Place your tassel down, and then we're going to make another double knot. So grabbing the ends, you'll crisscross, you'll tie one, and you'll tie two. So now you have the top of your tassel. Bring the edges together and gently fold it in between the two tassel pieces like this. Now we're ready to cut the ends of our tassel. So grab a pair of scissors, and you'll send the scissors through the looped ends of the tassel. And you'll just cut through both sides. And then it's nice to comb it out, and then just checking in, making sure that all the loops are cut through. You'll then start to cut the ends of the tassel, trying to get an even line as possible. And you can comb it out. Make sure you like the way it looks and even out as much as you can. Congratulations! You just made your very own mala necklace. Namaste.